In the Mix is presented by Pika's Cafe Guam, located in the Star Building in Upper Tumon. Eat local, buy local, support local.
Welcome back to In the Mix. Chris and I are now about a month and a half into our training for Uproar Guam, the Terrible Twos. It's time to check in with our coaches for a progress report. From our early morning rise and grind workouts to earning our weekend wads, coaches Paul and Dr. Ryan Claros give us a breakdown of our journey in the box.
First two to 3 weeks, we wanted to try to get you guys into movement prep, just trying to find a baseline or area of needs in terms of your movement ability. And from there, we're actually starting to load and just do, I think, higher degree of difficulty of movements. What do you think?
Yeah, we just in the last 2 weeks, we've just been able to increase load, and as long as your movement doesn't change, the load can continue to increase, and it looks like that's kind of the areas that we're going to start addressing again.
Well, first and foremost, one thing that we recognize immediately is Chris has very good mobility. I don't know what he does at home, but it sure seems like he stretches a lot if he's doing anything. Secondly, it looks like in terms of his loading has gone progressively up. He has trained before here, so he understands a little bit more of the movements. So in terms of his skill level, definitely improving.
I think one of the biggest things with Chris, he's been really consistent. I don't think he's missed a day that we've scheduled with him. And so that kind of has allowed him to be more consistent, especially with just his general conditioning. So on the weekends, he kind of, I wouldn't say cheats on his diet, but he stays underneath his caloric count, but he kind of makes it right at that level. So just consistency for Chris has been really, really good. Sabrina's been just as consistent as Chris, and we've noticed that consistency has helped with just her general movement. Before we performing squats, anything like that, we needed a lot of verbal and tactile cueing. Now it's just one or two words, and movement is fixed, and it looks good. It looks like we've done a good job.
Yeah, I think definitely her ability to sustain longer during the workouts. I mean, our beginning workouts, I think, were maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Now we have the longer Wednesday runs, which run from like 30 to 40 minutes. So definitely she's improving in her cardiovascular abilities and also her muscular endurance as well.
What about her mental toughness?
Well, I think it kind of displayed what she was doing the still walks yesterday, right?
Yeah. So the mental toughness is, and the funny thing is people try to train mental toughness, and it's not actually about training mental toughness. It's just the ability for you to be able to understand, when you're going to quit. And I think that especially training here, it's not the fact that we put you in a position to quit. It's that we put you in a position to challenge yourself, and that challenge comes daily. One of the questions that was posed to us just earlier is, do we ever get over the soreness? And it's not necessarily getting over the soreness. It's just that you create new ways to create soreness in different areas.
With 4.5 weeks down, we are still roaring to go. Uproar is scheduled for Saturday, May 11th at Custom Fitness in Anigua. Registration for the Extreme Fitness Challenge has begun. Follow Uproar Guam on social media for more information. Make sure to follow Uproar Guam for more information. Here's the drop.
Hey, what's up? I'm CJ, and this is The Drop.
So it's the last week of Mesh tomorrow, and keeping up with the local theme, our Una playlist this week is your favorite local bands and artists. We have bands from 4Piece, John Dang, we have solo artists like Jed and Leia. It's a great playlist, and it's on the KOM Podcast Network, SoundCloud, and on I-94 at 3 different times. We have a lot of things up on our YouTube channel this week. We have the Gax pop-up shop. Vic went to visit the Gax gallery and check that out. We also have an episode of Guamis Abroad, installment number 2 with Antoinette Manabusin. And lastly, on our Instagram, we have another Thirsty Thursdays post. So make sure you check us out on Instagram at Uno Magazine Guam for Music Monday playlists and Thirsty Thursdays. So stay tuned, and that's all we got for this week. Bye!